Hello, welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival Reforged Eden. I see we're a little dinged up from our last foray into space. I didn't notice, did this happen before we raised shields on the capital vessel or after? Don't know. We were busy elsewhere, I think. I see we're hungry. A little low on O2. Oh no! Oh, that's right. We don't have any. Hang on. I think we have to go get water, don't we? Yes. We also have mining to do. I just want to use the motorcycle this time. Maybe. And I didn't bring any fuel with me. Top this off, but we still have plenty left. Good. Source quality 80%. Interesting. I do. Oh, hey, how did he get down in here? That's not where I parked it. Empyrion motorcycles are a little weird, my opinion. Oh, we never did take care of our cargo. I think we could do that in this session, because he and I did not check the fridge or food to make sure we had something coming. Did we have food in the... No. Okay. Uh-oh, what am I out of? Good. Hang on. What's going on here? Boiled, oh. We lost food, did we? Lost garden, got held back because we ran out of power. Ran out of power long enough to lose the food in the fridge, weren't we? Well, what can we make? Meantime, we can have fried veggies. cook up some steaks. Let's do that, shall we? Oh, oxygen. I was thinking of 100 count, but I don't think that's a good idea. How is our furnace doing? It should have been kicking out ingots. What has it done so far? Kind of a restaurant. Hasn't got to the Zascosium yet, looks like. Gold. Okay. Resume. We are on the restaurants. Okay. That is fine. Let it run. Something. We have a multi-tool for repairs. We're waiting for that to die or we get rid of it. Okay. There's that. Grab a little bit of food. I'd rather have more food before we head out, but then again, oh, I know. Be processing something else also. Oxygen there. Let's get some pentaxid. Find the pentaxid going. We still have almost 2,000 crystals. There's no reason not to get that going. Before we head out to harass some more asteroids, what else? A little something here to kind of buy me a little time to ponder what else I want to do. Do I have concrete blocks? No. Got a few. Wouldn't hurt to build this out a little bit. Let's get some light. That burns those up. I need to get a little more landing pad built out. Thinking we're going to scooch this forward. Maybe bring the butt of that thing built out. Bring it built out. We need to extend to the rear and forwards. have things to try. But before I get too involved, I want to make sure we have resources on hand. Aluminums, platinum. See, that's something we don't have yet. Weren't looking for it. Mostly concerned with Dascosians and gold restrooms. That opens up quite a bit as far as, especially with weaponry and higher end boosters, thrusters. Now, what was I here for in the first place? Concrete blocks. Go. Start using up that crushed rock. And I say, I thought I made some fried vegetables. Oh? Just steaks? Make some spare ribs. Ooh. That wasn't available. Was it? Maybe it was. Do that. Now. Oxygen. Now before we take off in the miner, it needs to be topped off on oxygen. And I should have set up another cargo container for general supplies. Do some work there. Well, we have several improvements. Man, we got a lot of improvements going on with the base. Base topped off. There we go. Get us topped off. Miners topped off. More food. Where's our spare ribs? Had spare ribs coming, did I not? Yummy, yummy ribs. What? Oh no. Spare ribs raise body temperature. I didn't pay attention to that. Those are some spicy ribs, apparently. Alright. Are we done goofing around? Let's go get more goodies. Wow. That's frankly quite hilarious, I think. Alrighty. know, I've forgotten. I think we have the resources we need to swap out these mechanical drills for laser drills. But first, let's see, we were to... Why not have any iron asteroids marked? Spotted copper and silicon. I want an iron asteroid, a cobalt. Should have looked again. Maybe copper. Let's see. Down here. Full panels would be helpful. Copper, silicon. Let's see. I think I'm good on neodymiums. Pentaxid, okay. Silicon, we have local. I think our immediate need is probably promethium. Just to feel. I don't think I need promethium that badly, especially since it's plenty available. Ice, that's it. I want to get some ice. This will be more than one trip, I think. All right. Could have iron. Our own system somewhere. Got promethium for that matter. All right, we need to get pointed somewhere. It may or may not find us some asteroids. Really need to see about that long-range radar business. Well, let's try activating the drills. Pirate junk heap. Running's not going to work. Let's see if we can get on the other side of this. Use the asteroid for a shield. Junk heap. Wonder if we can deal with Mr. Junk Heap. See how much damage. Still have my thrusters. Not too bad. Ooh. Got some of my side blocks. He took out some thrusters, didn't he? more. It takes up a lot of space. I don't need to do that, do I? Keep forgetting. All right, let's get these moved over to the base. Now, I have some repairs to do, and I want to replace these modules. Laser drills going. You know, something else I've been observing is we seem to have an uneven area of effect, and I don't know why. It looked like when we were drilling, I was clearing out an area above the cockpit more than below the cockpit, even though these two drills sit farther below the cockpit than these two above. So if anything, I should be creating more clearance down here as I drill. So I wonder what that's all about. Having to assume is the area of effect centered strictly on the cockpit then, and not on the drills, with some influence with the drill area of effect. Sort of, that makes any sense. That means we would have to move cockpit down. Really? Well, I guess that... Hey, open. Thank you. What was I... going on? Oh, shoot, no. I haven't lost my capacitors. I forgot that I lost how many solar panels? One? No, that shouldn't be the problem. This is just the fact that the furnace is going full blast. Well, how much did it get done? Got the restrooms done. Didn't process any of the gold. That's interesting. Or sathiums. Really? The magnesium ore I can understand, but why not process the gold or sathium? Didn't have a process. Let's see here. Did the zascosium, did it not? Double check that. No. Processed a restrum, but not. Let's see here. It kicked into iron, so maybe just because I dumped it in and that's a kind of a higher priority. Not aware of any way to set production priority on the furnace. I think it's about as automatic as it can be. If anything can be, it just goes. So all that. You're still doing acid. Did you run out of no? Run out of crushed stone? Assume, yeah, that's still processing. Cancel. What are you doing? Anything? No. Let's switch you. Concrete blocks. Cancel out of here. Drills. Laser drill modules. Now, is that the only style other than a turret? Do we have the... Okay, we don't have drill turrets, or sure of that. Okay. Laser drill module, that uses 400 watts. We'll have to double check our generators. Go for 4. Range 66 feet. Range is 10 feet on the mechanical drill. All right. All right, how about our vaunted... Is there a long-range radar for the small vessel? Maybe there isn't. Shields, passengers, high-end warp drives. Rats, I still can't do it. Large, small upgrade. I don't have the advanced upgrade. That is annoying. Problem I'm having is some of these asteroids seem to be either spaced out or maybe it's just a glitch. Proving to be a little much too time consuming, which means I gotta take this out to locate some of them. Maybe. Like we in our current system. I only found a few asteroids, none of them iron. Could have been one iron. Actually, I'm kind of surprised at the limit. It's like there's one lone iron asteroid floating around there somewhere. I have no idea where. We have a 5 mile or 5 kilometer limit on our small vessel sector. The large vessel, I think, is either 8 or 10. Capital vessel, I should say. Where's the detector? I've gone blind. Looking at base, no wonder. Wow. Okay, good. It's compatible with the capital vessel. Try this again. 7.5 miles. You know, that seems kind of nerfed. Maybe. It's just me, I suppose. I kind of didn't want to take it back out just to do mining, but we're going to find some of these asteroids. Maybe, maybe not. Probably do another run with the lasers. The 4 lasers. What kind of a generator do I have on that miner? Can't remember. Okay, that was weird. These are modules. I'm deliberately going with the 4. I want to see how they work. Do I actually need this one in the middle? Oh. Now, how about our generators? Do our groupings Generators. I have 2 advanced. 4.25. 4.5 kilowatts. I'm going to use up at least 1.2 with the lasers. And let's see, they did take out a thruster. It wouldn't be a bad idea to put some of advanced mediums, orange. We're all over the place because of resources, weren't we? Medium. But we can beat that now, so what can we do? Try to get them all the same all the way around. Still doing pentaxid, I'll leave you alone. Alright, what kind of thrusters? We do all of them, but I don't need that one. That's for sure. That was advanced medium, putting out 15 kilonewton. Effectively doesn't double it. $44. Alright, so now this kicks it up to a 2x2, 5 deep. I say we do all advanced large. Let's pull all the mediums. Probably ought to just put this over on the deck. Convenience. Alright, what do we have? Advanced medium, so pull. Advanced mediums. All the larges. Go advanced all the way around. Do the lower thrusters or down thrusters later. Let's get these. There. Put all those in the deconstructor for the components. And we'll do the drills too. Right, so all of those get deconstructed. I have some loots drop off. And another small upgrade kit. Okay. What? What's the furnace doing? Now it's working on Zascosium. Alright. Does it work in alphabetical order of ores? I assume that would be reasonably logical. Do any of these thrusters ready? Start putting them in. I got 5 so far. Yeah, I don't have a choice in styles. So, forward thrust. What I was doing as far as rear thrust, aft thrust. Well, that would be interesting, sort of, on purpose. We'll say we're doing it on purpose, rather than, you know, just sheer laziness. Come on, garden. Got some berries. Sweeteners. Vegetables and proteins. We'll stay off the spare ribs this time. So the steaks increase body temperatures too. Interesting. Not quite how it works. All right, what else? And let's get our gravity generator. Have one more thruster ready. All right, we may as well take a look at these since we're waiting on stuff to use. And let me double check. What did we considering cobalts for sure? Possibly silicon, but not really. I don't. Copper, maybe. I'd be happier with more promethium. Well, either we're skipping gold or I'm completely wrong with the furnace priority because it's doing Zascosium, but it skipped gold. So maybe it's because there's these options. Gold production. Either do coins or ingots straight from ore, I believe. Anyway, get on board here so we kind of see what we're doing. Now, what? Oh, shoot, how tall is this? Well, it'll fit. Okay, good. Now, where's a good spot? I assume central, some sort of central would be best. Yikes. I have a little bit less room here unless I do some rearranging. That's the case. You know, probably right there where I have the core. Oh boy. Need to do it right in the middle here. I may not have a choice. What now? Is this a two? Oh, it's a 2x2 anyway. Oh, no matter what, I'm off on a theoretical middle, I assume. And we have... Assume the field is generated upon itself unless it uses the... Or... Oh, I got lights. Rats. I have to do arranging that I really didn't want to. Well, I can rearrange all that right there. That's not going to hurt anything. Got you right there. Now, place these back down. Let's see. Or why not? You there. Okay. That it? I think so. Now let's go up on deck. We need to take a look at our hangar doors and blast doors. Let's see what they do. Or what kind of options I have available. Alright, so base is 5 by 3 by 1. So we need whatever we go with. Has to be at least wide enough to do that. Handle that. So clearly, I mean, that's actually close. The 3 by 5. Six. Six should be pretty tight. I think a 9 would definitely be better to handle fighter. It gives you clearance all the way around, so you don't have to be too panicky about trying to squeeze in through the opening. Yep. Now let's see, what do these blast doors do? Is that 4 different doors? Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. And they're not airtight, so that needs to be kept in mind. All right, so this is all just how much they open up. We got 2 units, 3 way up to 14. Kind of bothering me. I really need to test it. Oh, man, we have so much work to do on all of this. So. But anyway. Trying to glitch again. Really? Ooh. Not as much room as we thought. Oh. Yeah, we're stuck. Well, that's not going to work so well. Glitching again. Okay. Had an update too. I think it's on the experimental side. I don't know if it's made it across to the regular side. Would be nice. Stuff like this gets fixed. Alrighty. That didn't work quite so well. I think that was 9 blocks wide. You have 10 or 13, 14. 13 by 7. And may be the best idea and just go with the 13. A lot happier, isn't it? Okay. We're going to leave it, it's going to be ugly, but I want to leave it there, and that's going to have to serve as a kind of a rough guide for the future hull as we build this out. Let's see. In the meantime, we'll have our miner to finish pairing. Working on Sathium. Running out of fuel again. Ooh, better get going on fuel production here. That furnace is burning through everything. Makes sense, of course, but all right. It's more hydro cells. And we need to get water like now. Starting to think promethium also. What's going on with my protein plants? They're usually a little more productive. Haven't kicked out anything yet. Make a stew. Need some blocks. Oh no. Oh, we're hurting for something, aren't we? Let me guess. I need to go get more wood, don't I? No. That's not the problem. Why am I not producing advanced thrusters? Who was doing the advanced thrusters? This one. What you're doing to me is did they get canceled because I lost? How many did I queue up? I don't remember. Maybe, oh, did I only queue up 6? That's right. I never came back here and see. You still doing action, and I'm going to leave you alone. Yeah, kind of screwed the pooch on that one. Well, get a count. That's what I was supposed to do in the first place. 1, 2, 3 to complete the rear. 4 and 5. 6 and 7. 8 and 9. Might give me all I need. There we go. That's going to take a little time to finish. Let's place some of our blocks. We had a ton of small blocks. Are they... Where did they go? Did I deconstruct those? I may have. Hey, who's supposed to be there? Half a block? Try using the camera before we start bouncing around. Go. Okay, there. There. I think this is how I had this. Did I not have that all the way down? Surely I did. Something like so. Whole block. There. Yep. There. There. Steel blocks large. Hardened steel blocks. There, some combat. Bunch of carbon composites. Plasma coils. Those need to go there. Maybe I did deconstruct all those. All steel blocks. This tool will not die. All right, small steel blocks. Those. Okay, working on those now. Our furnace working on Raytheon still. Okay. What else can I do? I think we're not going to do blast doors. I suspect I get the feeling they need a kind of control block so that they operate as a cohesive unit to serve as hangar entrances or hangar bays. Something else I think I'm supposed to be putting Lucy. Can't think. Do I have any more force fields? I should have force fields that I've looted, I'm pretty sure. But are they... May all be on the capital vessel. I either need a shutter door here or... and put a force field there. Nope. Not there. Well, all right. Oh, gotta be like that. Yeah. There we go. That'll get this airtight. Now, do I have actual oxygen? I assume not. I think I need a ventilator up somewhere. Be a good idea. If I'm going to have a garden, I have to have oxygen. So, do I happen to have any more ventilators? Probably not. I think they fall under... Oh, I did one extra. See, now we're talking. Ventilators. Here's some ventilator. Ow! Hey, what? I'm okay. So that's still bugged. I thought that had been fixed actually. Oh, that's the case. I guess we're doing the install from inside. Hey, I should have enough room to sink this. There we go. Oh. And then put that one in. Just like so. Yep. Right. Tuck in a little farther? Maybe not. I think I have the something in the way. Painter extensions. Gonna be uneven until we revise this some more, which I do plan on doing. And the front, I think that was the first thing I did, wasn't it? Quick to the cockpit before I take an injury. Ow. Took one anyway. Oh, I gotta stand. No. Yeah, let's hold off on this until acid rain is over with. But hey, we can get some plant proteins finally. Very good. And our stew should be ready. Yippers. Much better. And we still have the acid rain. What can we do? Oh, exactly what we do. Well, not why. How many did I put down? All right, let's do this. Do I really want completely filled in? I'm not sure about that. I needed to more concerned with being able to move it forward and have a place for the landing gear. And I'm not sure yet how far forward I need to, so a lot is going to be my assumption. Okay. Foggy. Let's get these installed. Probably find out I need 4 for down rust. I don't remember leaving that like that.
Alright, so what plugging holes.
Alright, I think I'm reasonably whole again. Quite frankly, I don't see any reason not to go ahead and head out. Whoops. There we go. And pick up some more ores. Ices. Alright, we need so ice for sure. Cobalt. Possibly copper. And or promethium, but we may do this in more than one run. Just because we probably should. But first, if we're going to be bouncing around like that, let's grab some more taxes. Let's see. Well, probably want more than that. Be more than enough. What we're doing, how about fuel new? Definitely going to need more fuel. Now, who do I want to steal fuel from? Probably you. I think you're sitting on a bunch of fuel. Also, before we head out, get rid of those, breaking them down for components. I think we're good. Let's check. This is good on fuel. Is the furnace still going? We could always shut it off while we're gone. How much sathium is left? It's almost done. Don't know what'll get hit next. Yeah, let's just maybe we'll have a operating base still when we get back. Really, with all those thrusters, I'm still not at max speed, leaving atmosphere. That's bonkers. Now, where was the ice? Over here, beta 8. Am I going to run to the same problem again? Take forever finding asteroids. Magpie. Magpie. What's an Ilmarinen class planet? A little odd. A resource-poor planet with large amounts of fissile elements deep in its mantle, causing runaway nuclear reaction. Entertaining, isn't it? Asteroid. Another one. We have here cobalt. Well, let's try selecting our laser drills. Wait, be within 60. All right, so that is definitely even. So unless maybe it's just a illusion or a function of how I was advancing into the asteroids before with mechanical drills. let's keep it going. I think someone got a little carried away, but look at that. That is not much crushed stone for all of that. Get rid of it anyway. Not that it drops our overall load of 800% down much. All right. I'd like to try and locate some more asteroids before we leave, but I suspect we'd be better off just getting the capital vessel back out here, using that to search, give us a little more of a search radius. And even though we really don't have an issue with volume and mass limits, I think it'd be best to go ahead and oh crap, we're almost out of fuel. That would be why. That's iron. Alright, let's get back to base before we run out of fuel, because I don't think I have any with me. Out of oxygen. I want to change the configure. I want to add, play around with these lasers a little bit. I want to add 4 and then change the arrangement a little bit just to see what happens. But I think we're also going to go ahead and use the capital vessel. Jump back out here and search for big ice. It's going to be our next priority. Ice for fuel and oxygen. Could grab some double promethium packs, run them back out to the water generator. I suppose I could set up more water generators just to have more than one going at the rate we're going through this stuff. Okay, let's get our ores transferred across. Poof. How is the base fuels? Much better. At least we know we didn't lose out on anything. Okay. Let's top it off. Go ahead and turn the furnace back on. Nail. Alright, 4 more lasers. I want to see if that increases the rate of extraction. I would think it would. Capital vessel now. How about... torpedoes, drill module. So we don't have a drill turret that can be placed on the capital vessel, and either way I need an advanced upgrade kit to make one anyway. Not a lot there. Alright. Well. Laser turret, Vulcan turret. I keep thinking they were drill turrets, but they're not. Okay. I'll direct, whatever you want to call them, direct use. Well, that's fine. Alright, so get those going. Yeah, someone needs to fix that a little, I think. Alright, so... go ahead and yank you. Try not to do that. Alright. So I want to do... how do I want to do this? Do 4 more. Put them there. There. Work. I think that's about right. There and there. Or, ooh, do I want... no. No, I want them... Alright, let's get those blocks back in place. Try not to forget what I'm trying to do. Yeah. There. Make sure they're all set at the same, in the same plane. Yeah, need a few minutes to finish. Let's run out to the... let's grab some... do I have double Promethean packs here, or are they all on my... I think they are. The Bane has... yeah, not very many. Harvester have any. Oh, we're just running low, period. We got a few on the capital vessel. I'll take those. Well, I don't need a few anyway. What am I talking? What do we have for water containers? Excuse me. I did it again. Okay, we'll top it off. And we only have 67. Probably it would be a good idea to set up a couple more. Well, if we get ice, I think that'll solve that problem. I forgot I have monies to deposit. All right, let's save what we've done so far. Okay, that being taken care of. Oh, I never made a ventilator. Can you make me a ventilator? Okay. Let's see. Well, we're almost done with the drill modules. Anything else I have to do with the capital vessel before we head out? I want to use it. Let's see, double check our fuel. Yeah, we're low. Okay. Oxygen. Better top that off. I don't have anything on the vessel. Yeah, we'll probably snag at least half of those. Do that. Okay. Have those with us, so that's fuel, oxygen, and ventilator ready. Ventilator. Shouldn't that be up here or not a block, is it? There it is. Hang on, let's see. We need to tuck that in. Where's a good spot? Not like it matters that much. Let's try. Let's see what. Oh, wait a minute. I have oxygen turned off. Okay. Now, do I have oxygen? Yay, nay. Do I need sealed up there? We're sealed down here. Should be sealed all around, I believe. Oh. Okay. What am I missing? See, we got that oxygen. Why don't I have oxygen here? No information. I don't know where it would be. Mass and volume, firing modes, CPU, trade commodities, nutrition. Assume has nothing to do. Alignments. Trade commodities, shield combat. New management. Secondary firing modes. Mass and volume. They advise you to consult the Empyrion for information, and it is woefully incomplete. Let's try this route. Okay, where's good? Down here. Is it under miscellaneous ventilators? Used for pressurizing your structure and needs an oxygen tank to operate. Met those criterias. What are we missing? Required for use with ventilators. Pressurized airtight rooms. Well. Really? There we go. Is that the problem? Are we not airtight here? Not all doors are airtight. False. Aha! So the glass ones are not airtight. I did not realize that. Wasn't paying attention. Windowed. Well, so if that's the case, we're going to stick with that. Well, let's fix you. Then, now, that'll be for now. Now in the future, so that, here we go. We have oxygen. Okay. That'll work. How about here? I assume this is a separate room, so we'll need oxygen in here. I need another ventilator. All right, let's turn stuff off. Okay. Make another one. Let's see, I believe our lasers are ready. They are. Get those installed. Whoops. I think that's correct. Right there, is that right? No, not far enough back. That one is. So what happened to you? Timing on that could have been a little better, I think. Okay, there. There. Well, I'm not sure where I'm going to put you. I suppose I could just live without it. Just because I don't feel like messing with it, even though I probably should. Let's see. Alright, well, Hey! Ow! Make me rocket you. Oops. Well, that was wasted. Been a while since we checked ammunitions in our ammo boxes. I probably ought to do that. Am I doing on cannon shells? Still good. Oops. I picked up some ammo. Get me on there. There we go. That actually goes to the fighter. Nope. Those go to the fighter too. Okay. Something else. You and you go there. I'm reasonably happy with what I have, I think. No reason to hang on to those for the moment. How are you doing? Aha! So you are kicking out the gold. Okay. I don't know what the default order of priority is on all that. All right, so need to get you up. Let's redo these. That should let it sit level, and I think we're ready to get this back onto the ship. Did I? No. We need to top off on fuel. Yeah. And oxygen. There we go. You're set. I'll have to get back to this sooner or later. Finish repairs. You, I'm not happy with at all. We may configure this to be a combination salvage and miner. We'll test out that array of laser drills when we head out for ice. Let's see, is there anything? What am I waiting on? Anything? A ventilator? And the tank should be done. Was there anything queued up here? No. Anything I want to queue up? I think I have medium thrusters on this capital vessel now. Or do I? I have medium thrusters. Or later, we do need heavier duty thrusters. We do the large. We got medium now. They're put out 7.5 meganewtons. This will take them up to 12. Kind of wondered, do I really have to manufacture all this? But I've burned through all the existing components, haven't I? All right. Not gonna wait on those, I don't think. What's in the fridge? Yeah, I should have made some food. Let's do that. Have a cheeseburger. You can be bringing pizza and stew along. Let's harvest. Really, I thought I could have sworn the corn produced a little bit faster. Tempted to go ahead and put these in the fridge, but I see our fridge is actually a freezer. Thinking I want to reconfigure that to a fridge. Do we have anything yet in game that requires freezing over refrigeration? Don't think so. It wouldn't surprise me that it would come sooner or later. Cheeseburger is ready. The only thing I really want to wait on is the pizza and the stew to take with us. That burned through the gold ore, didn't it? Now, what? I think I wanted to double check to see if the thrusters were ready, and I'd be hugely surprised if they were. All right, what are you working on now? Still putting out gold? How much ore do I have? Oh, it's almost done. Okay. How about our stews and pizzas? Take the fried vegetables, put them in the freezer. That makes sense. Why not? Just waiting on the stew. Should be about done. I'm out of fuel again. Hurry up. I'm out of you. You about done? Really? Thought that should be done. All right, then let's go ahead and turn that off. Yeah. I know it consumes a lot less power when it's idle, but no reason to leave it on. How do you... Can't sell it, can't recycle it. As far as I know, I can't melt it. All right, is our stew ready? Let's see if we can't go find some ice. Now, ice is our priority, and promethium, I think. How are we looking? Good on silicon, cobalts, definitely. Iron, not too shabby. Lithiums, always room for more gold. Iron wouldn't hurt. course, we can salvage iron. Oh, I was titaniums. How we doing? Got a lot of ingots, though. Would be nice to find aluminum and platinums. I think those are Pacific systems, if not loots. Otherwise, as far as I can tell, there's no reason not to take off and we'll get some ores. Everybody's parked and ready. Really need to fix. Well, the whole point of getting all this ore is to get ready for a massive amount of building and restructuring and shaping and stuff and weaponizing. Oh, I never queued anything up for the fighter. Well, that'll be next time. This session is all about... I need to put lights on this thing. Okay, is everything on that needs to be on? No. Thrusters. I have a shield. Turrets. Don't have any lights or signals. I don't think. I wonder if those thrusters were ready by the time I got done messing around. All right. Get up to old pokey speed. Was I really wondering whether or not I needed to upgrade the thrusters? Really? Is it me or is my steering a lot slower than it was? Be a pretty heavy hangar door. We'll get pointed in the right direction eventually. Give me another day to make this turn. He cats. Whoa! That was not what I was supposed to do. Try that again. There we go. Vroom vroom. Of course, there's another one back right behind us. Let's see what this one is. No, I didn't need to upgrade thrusters before I left. Why would I do something so foolish? Oops. Yeah, let's pay a little more attention to our driving, shall we? Well, there's ice. We got lucky. Wouldn't have bet on that. I swear this vessel feels heavier than it did before. Last time we had it out. Guess we could check and see what kind of mass that hangar door is. That's hilarious. Okay. Station keeping. Such thing. Man, this should work a whole lot better. It's weird, just having this here already makes this whole thing feel cozier. Alright, let us load up on ice. Wow. I feel like I still need better thrusters on this. Maybe some more RCSs? Alright. Well, we got lots of work to do on there. Alright. Can we get a good turn off the lights? I think that'll help a little. I think that's going a lot faster. That was not what I wanted to do. There we go. Oh yeah, that's faster. least we're not at 1,000% anymore. But I think that should do for a little while. Now, did we have... Should be promethium somewhere, and copper. Worry about that here, or for that matter now. I know I definitely feel a lot better if we had more. Little more to see if we find another asteroid before we jump out of the system. I say let's get this promethium. There's a copper close by. Wait a minute. Did I never cut this off? Yeah, I was pointed in the right direction. There we go. Fuel. Oxygen. Can't believe I never cut it off. Could have sworn I did. Oh well. Oh no! Someone's already been at it. Already left? Maybe that's why I had so much. More left. Could have sworn I saw remains of another, or at least part of a deposit when I was approaching. Wheel. Copper and silicone that way. I don't know how many asteroids we're supposed to have. It says resources. I assume these equate to number of asteroids, so that means I don't have any promethium left in this. Well, I think we will. We don't need it that badly right now. I say. Back to base. We have more than enough to do a significant amount of building next session. Well, I say that's what we're going to do. Wow, it is pitch black. Someone doesn't have his night vision goggles. Am I close enough to the base? Wait a minute. Could have some on. There we go. Go ahead and scooch it forward because I suspect we're going to be stretching backwards. Fair amount. Let's try that. think the same. Do we leave the oxygen on? I don't think it matters. Thrusters definitely get shut off. And we can leave the turrets on this time, I think. Let's see. No reason to keep the shield on. Let's see. Is that right? Yeah, we'll drop the shield. Transfer our goodies to the base. Okay. This is going to drop me out on the ground almost. Not that it did me any good. All right. I think we're about to wrap it up. I want to queue up. Can I queue up oxygen bottles? Now, what's the exchange? 4 ice chunks for 1 container. I guess I'm glad I got as much ice as I did then. 1,000 containers. Ish. I could do a couple hundred of these easily. Okay. I don't see any reason not to. Then, see, this does not have... I'd have to find coolant and deuterium. Can I manufacture either one ever? Don't know. I'm assuming not. Dark matter containers. Lenses. If there's coolant on the menu, I'm not seeing it. All right. Hydro cells are going. Let's see. What else? And how much fuel used to... Oh, it's for specialized mining equipment. Never mind. It's cute. May as well queue up a bunch of these. Like, let's see if we can get away with that. How's our power getting low? Okay. Oh, those are the large thrusters for the vessel. Only queued up 2, didn't I? Have the CPU extender. Nice. Worry about those next time. What was it? Oxygen. Base oxygen. Good. And means these have to go if I'm going to worry about the base being sealed. Although that's interesting if these aren't having a problem. I should not be airtight. Well, I thought gardens required oxygen. But then again, oh, that's right. This is the planet has breathable atmosphere. Yeah, not a. Never mind. It is a non-issue, and I should have known that. Really? Harvest. Let's have ready. And snag it. Otherwise, we are pretty much done for this session. We got what we needed the most. Well, I'm very happy. Stuff we didn't quite get. Didn't really need that badly. And I have some ideas for before we head out to get those. And we have plenty of... Why does that look bent? Because it is. It was damaged. There we go. Have plenty of resources to do the reconfigurations I want to do to improve resource gathering. Not to mention a capital vessel that could turn faster than a iceberg, hopefully. Otherwise, let's see. Those queued up, that's queued up. Do I leave the food on the capital vessel? I don't see why not. Well, let's make a fruit pie. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves. Oh, a waffle would be so nice. Cheeseburger and cherry pie. And that's cooking those. Nothing there. Really tempted to go ahead and do a bunch more of these, not to mention RCS. Let's see, large thrusters. And I said RCS, where RCS. Do that. Do we have larger fuel tanks available? I would think we do. What does this say? Fuel. We need to do some repair bays. Yes, we do have fuel tanks. Good. Do that up. How about generators? As the advanced as good as I can get until I do a fusion. All right, so definitely at least one more for the immediate future. There ain't any reason not to just do it in advance. That coughs up 40 meganewtons of torque. Maybe we'll just cancel these. What's the regular one put out? 16 versus 40. Yeah. That'll work. How about a repair base? Definitely going to want to set that up. Oh, did I queue up a larger oxygen tank? I'm not sure. And do I only have a large generator? I bet that's all I have on there, so a one. How many did I queue up here? Anything? Did I queue up? One advanced. Let's add another advanced. Okay. Repair bays. Is that only available through... Really? Advanced constructor only? Apparently. Alright. Repair bay. Advanced repair bay. Yeah, we'll do the advanced. Need a repair console. Now, is this... Okay, only capital vessel. How about base? Can I do a repair bay here for the base? Is that advanced constructor also? Looks like it is. I'll be darned. What are these? Scanning stations. Have to have a mission active. This one's not doing anything yet. Okay, in process. Wow. So much of what I want is only available through repair console. Now this says base and capital vessel. That's base only. Okay. That means I need two and an... Okay. Kind of feel less certain about this than the capital vessel. But that'll probably run us out of fuel. But really, I think I'm wasting resources doing the repair bay or the base. Let's just cancel those. We'll cancel. And how about large oxygen for the capital vessel? I think I could do that at the regular constructor. Apparently, if that's the only option I have. Don't have anything bigger than a large, I should say. Let's do that. Couple of those. I see. Let's see here. Food should be ready. I have a little dinner. Take a nap. Just because. What do you know? That burned up all our fuel. I was gonna say, where's my... There they are. My defenses back up. Try that again, buddy. Really? Just the one bomber, huh? gonna do? Attack the bomber? Then come check me out? That's hilarious. Wanted to see if I'd wipe out doing that. That'd be a good idea to go ahead and widen this out to make life a little safer for us. Now, I was going to put a... We got a ventilator in here. Oh, that's right. Heat it upstairs. Yep. That'll work. Alrighty. We will call it here. And now, since we slept, we processed all that stuff. How much did we finish processing? Definitely not all of it. Did we do... No, we're still going on these. Okay. Kind of wondered about that. What about you? Nope. Still going. Down to 400. Nice. Ooh. We really are burning through it. Well, I guess my math was a little off. Need some more asteroids. More generators, I guess. Whoops. Problem with having night vision goggles on us. These ready to harvest. Not the corn. Shoot, we need to make grow plots for the capital vessel too. Who could do that? Can you? Grow plots. Not without nutrient solution. Do I have nutrient solution? I have 6. We're going to want more than that. Well, let's queue. How many? I have 6. I'm thinking 14. That'll give me 20 grow plots. That should do well enough. All right. We'll try to wrap it up again. Right here. Still not much to look at. But we got resources. I'm thinking we'll double check on just what I'm about to think. Can I do a small vessel? Multi-tool for salvage. Yes. No. Yes. I can make one tool. Alright, that's all I have. One small upgrade kit. Now I got two, so I could do two multi-tools. Put them on a small vessel. And try that for salvage rather than our harvester. Just for the heck of it. If we like it, then we can reconfigure the miner accordingly with laser drills and multi-tools. Have that as a salvager miner combination. I still have a problem with the debris that breaks off when you're salvaging. I think it's something they should get rid of. There's one thing I like about Space Engineers. Something like that breaks off, it's still a piece you can continue to salvage and retrieve components from. And it doesn't despawn. It doesn't despawn. You don't have to worry about it. This game, with it despawning so fast, you have to get to it. And if you're doing it from your salvage from a vessel, you pretty much lose out because you have to land, get over to it, retrieve it before it despawns, and it despawns so quickly. It's nice if you're salvaging by hand and you can break off big chunks and then pick up debris, but it's still, the despawn rate is still way too fast as far as I'm concerned. I think they should just get rid of the despawn period. But that aside, let's call it right here. I think next time we have a bunch of building, constructing, reconfiguring, rearranging stuff to do. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you next time.